welcome to Santabarbara Now. I'm Assemblyman Angelo Santabarbara. I represent the areas of Montgomery County, Schenectady County, and Albany County. And today we're going to be focusing on an Amsterdam native from Montgomery County in the city of Amsterdam. Tommy Marcelino has joined me here today. Tommy, welcome to the show.
How you doing?
It's great to have you here.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, and we actually visited with Tommy at a gym in Albany yesterday.
Shots Boxing,
and we did a little bit of training because you have an upcoming fight on NBC Sports coming up.
Yeah, this Saturday I'm fighting on NBC Sports. I'm fighting against 12-1 Nick Newell. He fought for the title. He's one of the top ranked guys in that promotion and in the world. He's got 10 finishes in the first round, and Saturday night I got a chance to beat him up in front of his friends and family because he lives right by where the fight is.
And it's great to see a local athlete follow your career, follow your path. You do MMA, but you also do boxing.
I do both. I got 2 professional boxing fights. 2-0. The last year I was concentrating on boxing. I haven't fought MMA in a year now, but I've been keeping up training, and I'm a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, so I spend a lot of time training on the ground and doing everything.
So the workout yesterday, I was able to join you. We started off we did a variety of things. And we're going to patch in some of that video during the show.
Nice.
We're going to show some of the pictures. So we started off. So you're just warming up with a little shadow. It's called shadow boxing.
Yeah, the workout yesterday, we started off with some shadow boxing. We went to hand pads. Then we did some stuff on the bag, different drills. Yesterday's workout was a little shorter because it's the week of the fight.
Yeah.
We're kind of just trying to stay in shape, kind of trying to let our bodies heal up at the same time.
But a typical day, so for you, training is a big part of it, obviously. You take this very seriously.
Yeah.
How often do you train? What is involved? Some of the longer workouts?
Yeah. It's a full-time job when you train at the level I'm fighting at. I'm fighting best guys in the world, top level guys. So it's like any other pro sports. You actually have to train more for MMA, I'd say, than just about any sport, because you have to be good at so many different things. You have to work on boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, guys work on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling. So it's like a lot of days you're getting 2 workouts in just to fit in everything you have to do throughout the week. You're doing a lot of traveling. A lot of times you're working around other people's schedules. So the way things fit together, there's days that you probably should take it easy, but that's the only day of the week you get to work with that coach. Or so there's certain days you're working out hard twice a day, and it's like it's really a tough sport. You gotta be really motivated to do it, to compete.
And we see, I know we see amateur mixed martial arts here in New York, but you're traveling to Connecticut actually this weekend to do a professional. You are a professional. Obviously, you did do the amateur for a while.
I competed in amateur boxing and wrestling growing up. When I turned pro, amateur MMA wasn't. It was such a new sport that it wasn't even really around.
Yeah.
So my first MMA fight was actually professional.
And how did you decide that you were going to go professional and not stick with the amateur?
I had a lot of success in boxing and wrestling, and I had a friend, Eddie Fivey, who is actually a Schenectady native. He was fighting pro, and we were training partners, and he actually corners me still to this day. He said, like, you're good, you know, you're ready to compete at a pretty high level. Let's give it a try, and I won my first fight by armbar.
And I know we have in New York State, we've been talking about making this sport a professional sport. Yeah. What would it mean to you if it did become a professional sport? You're from Amsterdam, you have friends, you have family here. I know people are traveling to Connecticut to see you compete.
I sold over 100 tickets, and I ran out of tickets. There's people that are going to try to get their tickets down there. It's sad. There's 49 states that allow it. There's facts out there. People aren't getting hurt in this sport as much as there's 10 sports that are more dangerous that they're letting high school kids play, and it's the last state left. It's kind of I think it's more of a political thing now than people saying, oh, the sport's dangerous, because there's facts out there, you know, and intelligent people know there's other sports people are getting much more hurt in. So
You talk about boxing, you talk about
Boxing,
wrestling,
football. I mean, if you want to look at high school football, there's more kids hurt in a year in high school football than in 10 years of MMA. It's crazy. Cheerleading, boating. These sports, there's much more injuries in cheerleading than there is in MMA.
This is obviously, we said, this is something you have a passion for. Like anybody would have a passion for football or any other sport. What does the sport mean to you? How has it changed your life?
It changed my life for the positive in so many different ways. I think if this sport wasn't here, I would be living a completely different life, and I don't know if it would be as positive of a life as I'm living right now.
And the traveling, I know NBC Sports this Saturday, people can watch it on NBC.
Yeah, it's good. It's good that I made it to a level where guys could watch it, my friends and family could watch it on TV. But it's sad that there are over 100 people that are going down, buying hotel rooms, buying food. Like, a lot of fighters, the guy I'm fighting is from where I'm fighting him. I'm fighting him in his backyard. It's sad for the friends and family that can't make it, the people that work certain shifts. It would be nice to fight right here in Schenectady or Albany, and instead of having 150 people go, have 400 people go.
I think that's the point that we're getting at with professional 49 other states, New York State. Athletes that train here, that have family here, are not able to compete in their hometown. That really takes away from your ability to perform for, have support of your friends and local community.
Very much so. It takes away from that. It takes away from the fact that you're fighting a guy in his hometown, and it's like going to fight someone at their house. You know what I mean? You're always the opponent. You're never the guy. You're never the good guy.
And one of the things you mentioned is that people are traveling to go stay overnight, hotel rooms, and we talk about the economic impact.
A lot of money being spent. I'm lucky that I have a big support group and a lot of people that go, but I know a lot of fighters that don't want to do all that and get everyone to go, and they just go and fight, and it's sad that they're always the opponent. They're always the guy getting booed,
and making that decision. From athletes that are from New York, they have to make that decision. Amateur, pro, it makes it more difficult.
Yeah, there's some guys out there that are probably staying amateur just because they can get fights. They can fight here in Albany, and it's just, they're talented guys, but it's not worth it for them to go pro. We trained a little training. We did a little training. Back to the training. We did a little training yesterday. We started off with shadow boxing. We did some of the pads. Yeah.
That's part of a lighter training. But you also did some of the heavy bag. Tell us about what that training is about.
My coaches at Shots Boxing have a lot of different drills that they have me do that simulate different parts or different situations in the fight, and some of the bag drills simulate an actual fight and the feeling of being out of place or getting in place, or of working real hard for periods of time, resting for periods of time. They have some really good stuff they have me doing.
And that workout yesterday, again, was shorter, but typically it would be a lot longer if you weren't preparing for a fight. You were just doing some conditioning.
Usually the last week, I cut my workouts probably in about half. You really just want to keep your wind, but you want to let your body kind of heal up from the camp. MMA, there's so many things you got to do. Boxing, Muay Thai, some guys do karate, some guys, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. So you're working out so much that you don't really get a chance to heal up. And the last week, you're not going to get in better shape. You're already in shape. You're just trying to keep it peaked. At the same time, you're trying to rest your body and heal up and get back on point, ready to perform, get hungry again a little bit.
Now with the traveling, you're going to travel down Thursday. That's the fight is Saturday.
Yeah.
Once you get there, are you going to do you do any training while you're there?
No, I might do a little bit, like literally 20 minutes, half hour of training while I'm there. Some hand pad stuff just to stay loose and sharp. But besides that, we have to do photo shoots, interviews, and stuff for World Series of Fighting. And then Friday's the weigh-ins. After weigh-ins, it's kind of like, okay, now you kind of get rehydrated and get ready to fight. And Saturday's the fight, so everyone check out NBC Sports Saturday night, 8:30. There's lots of UFC veterans, Bellator veterans, World Series of Fighting veterans, all on this World Series card, and a lot of big names.
And when you get there, I know we had talked about a little bit about this yesterday. You sort of have to mentally prepare for the fight, and leading up to right before the fight, what are you thinking about? What's going through your head?
It's nice when you get there. You know your opponent, so it's like you actually see him, and you get to check out what's like going on and kind of face off with him at the weigh-ins, and it's kind of a nice feeling. It's kind of like, you're the guy I've been getting ready for.
And I noticed that yesterday as we were doing the
hand pass,
the hand, doing the shadow boxing, and your trainer was telling you he's going to do this, he's going to do that. So there's a little bit of research.
Yeah.
Are you reviewing tapes? Are you analyzing your opponent, trying to figure out what he might come at you with?
Yeah, guys have create patterns or have like certain habits, and it's like you want to capitalize on his habits, and you want to know his strengths, and you want to know his weaknesses, and you want to take advantage of both.
How long have you been involved in the sport?
Oh God, basically my whole life. I wrestled for Amsterdam. Yep. After that, I did boxing. My grandfather was a boxer. My great uncle was a boxer. So I fought in the Golden Gloves. Basically forever.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, my first pro fight was like almost 10 years ago.
And this is something we can keep track of on your Facebook.
Yeah.
And, you have a Facebook.
Yeah.
We can follow
Thomas Marcelino on Facebook. I have a fan page, Tommy Guns Marcelino, spelled Gunnz. Check me out on Facebook.
And I know you have
Instagram,
Twitter as well.
Instagram.
We shared some photos yesterday, and we're going to share a few of those photos as we end here. Tommy Guns, I know, is your. We're going to hold up the shirt here for you. This is a shirt that we used for training yesterday. I was wearing a shirt like this, and I know you have plenty of sponsorship as well.
My sponsors really make everything a lot easier. I'm really glad that there's so many people supporting me and helping me out.
And we want to wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
I know you'll be traveling starting on Thursday.
Yes.
We'll be tracking. We'll be watching on TV.
Awesome.
We'll be on social media, and we wish you a victory. And
thank you. I'm bringing the victory back home.
Back home, and anybody in Amsterdam watching, this is a local athlete. Consider supporting him, sending him some well wishes on social media. Tommy, thank you for being here. We hope to have you back again soon, and we'll talk more about MMA and the future of MMA in New York State.
Thank you very much. Thank you for everything you're doing.
Come back and join us again on Santabarbara Now. We'll talk more about local people, local athletes, local communities doing great things in our community.